22.
Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time with
lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
The numbers for Sermon in last week's game: 21 carries, 83 yards, and a touchdown.
And well liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, "Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball."
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up second down. On second down, it's Sermon, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Throwing is Lance on third down. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 65 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Out of the gun now on third down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now fourth down. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the draw is Sermon. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. The Lance going to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Lance now on first down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. 7 yards to pick up there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Lance to throw it. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on. Lance, a give now to Sermon. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Here's Lance. Flushed out right. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. Sermon now on 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Lance. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the 13 now they work on 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Sermon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2nd and 9. Lance looking to throw it. Uses the stiff arm. The reception good for 7. It's third down. And Lance now to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On second down, Wilkinson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On the handoff, Sermon. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On second down, another shot for Sermon. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Lance. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. He'll dump this off to Sermon, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Lance. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Lance to throw for it on 4th down. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back onto the field comes this offense led by George Kittle, sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense, kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff, you got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure, but that time they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And this is Sermon. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Lance. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now a run with Sermon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Second and 6.
On the give, this is Evans. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. The Niners on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Lance. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Lance. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. That is caught inside the 5. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. You're the offensive coordinator. You like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Off of play action, here's Lance. They'll roll him out, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance taking it in from 4 yards out. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Trey Lance taking it in himself to cap the drive with a touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and long. Hands it off out of the gun. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain.
And they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 39.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt, and that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
So here are visitors to take over on offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now back to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he's brought down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. But there's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw again. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Lance. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lance looks to throw again. This is caught. And the 49ers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And Lance going to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The sack sets him back a full 10 yards there on first and goal. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Tua Tagovailoa strong in the victory, as his guys looked better than a team that had won just one game coming in. From there, let's head to the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, to check in on the Broncos. And they've got the lead over the visiting Chicago Bears. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half, and they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Niners, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go! A gain of 16 yards.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to kick it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Sermon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 75 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
A play fake for Sermon. Now Lance. This one brought in by Jefferson. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10. As they've got things rolling on this drive. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. So certainly the question there, 4th and very short, why throw so deep?
Sometimes the defense actually forces you into these things. Sometimes. What happens is you might end up in a man coverage where they press up tight. Could be a zone coverage where they're crowding the line of scrimmage, and receivers have to convert their routes to try and beat that coverage, and you end up throwing it deeper than you want to. Preferably, you want a 3-yard pass in this situation. Get the 1st down and keep the sticks going.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now he'll escape to his... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Tyrann Mathieu, normally known for the pass coverage. This time a sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it. but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
On second down, it's Jones. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the one. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to feeling the pressure here and take him down. A sack back at the 7. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Good job.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
To try again after the sack. Lance, complete. Jefferson the target. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. Take it at the 37. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Our visitors getting set to take over on offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And look at this for the 2nd straight play. The 49er defense drops him for a loss. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now it's Sermon. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll dump this off to Sermon, complete.
That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 8. Lance now to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's Lance. This to the outside, it's Sermon.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And partner, the tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From the gun, Sermon.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
$13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Throwing now is Lance.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now left side on the swing pass. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
They run. Here's Sermon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Sermon. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Lance. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. It's a sack for a loss of 4, and that brings up 3rd down and goal. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Lance. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here are visitors to take over on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 2nd down now, Wilkinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 37.
You think about the strong safety position. They're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the final number here in terms of the top speed that he hit, absolutely absurd. Next Gen Stats has him at better than 23 miles an hour on that one.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of. Trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback. And he hits a big one right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. Defensively, they must have been expecting a pass. They were in the dime look out there.
I think maybe they were deciding to go with speed on the field rather than bulk. I'm with you, a little bit surprising. They wanted people getting to the ball as fast as possible.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Red Dragons have yet again retaken the lead. This has definitely been a back-and-forth affair, and now they have the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and they gave up the field goal on that last drive, as we remember, but it felt like their offense told them, don't worry about it. We've got your backs. We'll come back with a touchdown of our own, and they did.
Butker now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays.
49ers 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Trey Lance and the 49ers set to go back on offense here.
What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down.
Lance looking to throw it. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Lance now on first down.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Lance throwing complete here to Sermon.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw.
Checks it down to Sermon out of the backfield.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they will take a knee here. On second down, it's Jones fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for our visitors,
the victory moves them to 7-1 on the year.
And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.